The WFP is warning that insecurity, drought and a succession of poor harvests are deepening the suffering of millions of people in Somalia. The situation is being made worse by rising food and fuel prices.
Things looking pretty grim. Really, the situation is bad, partly because of the current kind of third crop failure in a row. All the other problems that the world is seeing, high food prices, high oil prices, it all starts coming together, and it all is creating a really worrisome situation. If I can't sustain
The United Nations estimates that the number of people in need of food aid is expected to rise to 3.5 million people by December. This would mean the WFP having to double its aid effort to the country.
I'm really afraid that if nothing is changing very rapidly, and if we cannot do what we need to do over the next minimally half a year and probably longer than that, that we might very well, towards the end of the year, see famine-like situations in Somalia coming up. Yes.
90% of the food the World Food Programme gives to Somalia's hungry arrives by sea. This vital supply route is now under threat by a deteriorating security situation.
So, piracy is an enormous problem, and it affects us because the reluctance of ship owners and ship agents to send their ships into waters what clearly have proven to be very dangerous. And the ransom payments that they have to pay every time they get hijacked are significant. We're talking about $750,000, $1 million, $1.2 million, $1.5 million. So they are very reluctant, and if they have other work that they can do, they will be off and doing something else, but less risky. Luckily, in October last year, the French had an appeal we did, and the French decided that they were going to help us. They escorted our vessels with a Navy vessel. The Danish took over in January, and then the Dutch took over in April. Our current problem is that the Dutch engagement ended in June, and I'm now without escorts. And my biggest fear is, besides that a vessel is actually attacked and hijacked, is that I again are going to see that I can find very few vessels willing to go into Somali waters and Somali ports.
Aid agencies like the WFP have seen a big rise in the number of cases of malnourished children and a sharp rise in admissions to emergency food centres. It's buying food in South Africa, but is in desperate need of more.
I know various countries are thinking or considering or planning for an eventual support. And I don't mean any disrespect to the countries, but basically my appeal is, hurry up, please. I am in a hurry. And the population of Somalia ultimately is in a hurry.
The aid agency is warning that unless urgent action is taken, Somalia faces a similar disaster to the 1992-93 famine, where hundreds of thousands of people died.